the stint, and when the car trundled down the pit lane well before with the fueling fire early on in the stint, and when the car trundled down the pit lane well before the pits closed, I'd say a solid 30 seconds, the entire midsection of the front of the car was a hole. It was a big gaping hole in the place where
It's the first time of this car. I gave everything to try to overtake the Ford, but to be honest, there's no chance for us to follow. It was too quick. And I destroyed completely my
Valentano hops out and one of his teammates gets in.
We've got the Mazda on fire coming down the pit lane.
Yes.
The back of the Mazda is alight.
It's a blaze, it's pulling into its position. The man is there with the it's a left-hand bank. Looks like an oil fire.
I hate to make the pun, but it's been a nightmare. It started out with the fueling fire early on in the stint, and when the car trundled down the pit lane well before the pits closed, I'd say a solid 30 seconds, the entire midsection of the front of the car was a hole. It was a big gaping hole in the place where the bumper should have been. So the crew went to work and they started
and made very stout contact with the outside retaining wall on the right side of the racetrack.
Second time that car
as it trundles its way down pit road, having been nursed. Oh, it's got damage. It's a rear right puncture. So there we are talking about the tank being empty. Far from it. I think this is the major concern. The rear right Continental tyre has gone pop, and it has removed a significant.
They took it off. They have taken off the right side door at this point in time because the damn sort of space that comes in that is unwanted creates a difficult situation for the driver. Dominic is staying on board. There is no second driver anywhere.
A big wiggle as he went out onto the banking. And he's in the wall! He's in the wall on the banking. He'd lost the back.
6 PC that was coming in just after him.
Now, more problems for Brendan Hartley because the car's come to a halt. Is that before or after the...
and then I was going to try and work out how much overall he'd lost with the outlap and the pit stop. And
2 or 3 hours now, if not more. Track temps right now, wondering why Brendan Hartley and some of these other cars are having trouble getting up to speed. Track temp right now is 52 degrees.
To cool down the tire, we just struggled a little bit at the end because by the rain we dropped a lot of pressure and it was tricky because we could not keep enough temperature in the tire. But in general, I mean, we if we are safe in this condition, for sure we are better.
I noticed that the tyre doesn't look barely worn. There's still lots of tread. Is that significant?
Inside curb coming out of the bus stop, the right-hand curb sets the car off and spins up the track and goes straight backwards, almost as if reversing. And
TK's got out. It looks like he's gone straight into, as you would expect, a briefing on the
has damage on the right front of that car. New damage on the right front of a car.
That's good. The right front to the side I can see.
I know. That's exactly why I mentioned it.
It's the left front I can see. I'm at pit entry. I should be all right.
All right. So here come. Oh well, the white light. So here's
on that side. In comes the 33, the 29, the whole
29. Have a look at the incidents are occurring with people making mistakes under braking.
It's a bit like when you've got lots of kids in a house. You know, there's always one.
There's always one.
Sure. Put it out to tender.
Let's go down to Nick Damon for this Continental Tire pit lane report as the leader is in the pits. Nick Damon, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. And Renger van der Zandt hops out, and one of his teammates gets in.
Nick, we've got the Mazda on fire coming down the pit lane.
Yes.
The back of the Mazda is alight.
It's ablaze. It's pulling into its position. The man is there with the left-hand bank. Looks like an oil fire, and they are quickly working into a smoke screen, which the Visit Florida car will have to run through. Obviously getting slicks on this Visit Florida machine.
To this hour of the 55th running, and that is more like engine smoke for me. That's a big blow up, I reckon, with the rear wheels jamming as well. That looks terminal to me for the 63 car, and the rear wheels locking into position. We'll have more on this, of course, in just a moment.
all the guys. It's the first time of this car. I give everything to try to overtake the Ford, but to be honest, there's no chance for us to follow. It was too quick. And I destroyed completely my tire trying to catch him, and then
you know how frightened of heights, frightened of the heights that I am.
But that being said, the camera's anchored down. I'm
which is just as well.